Alright, we're gonna put it into sports mode. That is insane, guys. Oh my god, it is quick. Hey guys, my name is Sid. Welcome to another vlog, and today we're going to be checking out the Bently Bentayga. Now this is considered to be the world's fastest SUV. Yes, the Lamborghini Urus is faster from 0 to 100, so the Lamborghini does it in 3 seconds, but the Bently Bentayga does it in 3.1 seconds, and it has a higher top speed, beating out the Lamborghini Urus by 1 kilometer. So yes, technically this is the world's fastest SUV. Now this is the V8 variant, and the fastest SUV is actually the W12 variant, which has a slightly bigger engine. But trust me guys, this is plenty fast enough, and today we're going to be checking out some of the cool features that you get on the Bently Bentayga. Now the Bentayga is one of the most expensive cars that we have on ijarcar.com. These go for about 3,000 dirhams for a day. So if you're interested in driving the Bently Bentayga, go check out the link in the description. This and the G500 4x4 Square are two of the most expensive cars on ijarcar.com. Now the headlights of the Bentayga are almost exactly the same as the Continental GT, and I quite like them, but at first I kind of didn't like this part of the headlight. So you see there's a solid like body colored panel over here in between the headlight. I found that kind of strange, but there's a reason for it. So this actually contains the nozzle for your headlight washer. So this thing actually pops out and sprays water onto the headlights if you want to clean them. And if you look really close, you can actually see it's written Bentley inside of the headlight itself. You get the Bentley wings, is of course a signature Bentley thing. If you come to the side of the car, I really love the rims on this car. They're huge. I think they must be 22 inches. They look really cool. I love the red brake calipers as well. It's got very typical SUV proportions to it. And at the back of the car, you see they've got the typical Bentley headlights over here, and you get dual tip exhaust. Now this car sounds ridiculous when you turn it on. You guys want to hear it? Let's hear it. We have a bunch of camera gear in here, but it's quite a spacious boot. Definitely very usable. Quite large for an SUV actually of this size. And of course it's power operated. But let's go have a look inside the car now. And the first thing I want to talk about is the steering wheel. I don't know what it is about it, but it feels really nice and well weighted. And of course you've got this cool double tone stitching over here. If you look at the gauge cluster, it's got traditional gauges over here as well as a screen in the middle. Now I don't know what it is about these ultra luxury cars and they wanting to have analog displays, but this car has it, as well as the Cullinan that I spoke about in the previous video. But the steering wheel is really nice. You get this nice Bentley logo over here as well. And of course you've got all the controls. Now the control layout is very similar to what you'd see in a high-end Audi car, so I'm not going to get too deep into that, but yeah, you have all the options over here to go through your media and your navigation and everything's going to show up over here. Of course we've got heads-up navigation as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. In the middle over here we've got our infotainment system. It's completely touchscreen, so everything for the car can be controlled from here. It's got some cool features in here as well. It's got its own park control heads-up display. This is the navigation system for the car. We've got all kinds of media including AirPlay. Now the sound system on this car sounds amazing. I don't want to get copyrighted and play something, but trust me guys, it sounds absolutely amazing. Now similar to the Cullinan that we had the other day, this also has the same kinds of tactile airflow buttons over here, and you can see there's a nice analog clock over here, and it has some cool carbon fiber inside it, as well as the Bentley signature over there. Also over here you'll see the gear lever. It's got a big B in the top of it for Bentley, of course. So right over here, if you click PDC, you get a 360 view of the car right here. This is parking assist. This is the handbrake over here. It's got a digital handbrake, of course. Auto start stop. Now you've got multiple modes over here. You've got comfort, sports, and you've got the Bentley mode as well. Bentley is kind of a mix between the sports and the comfort mode, so it's probably the one that you'd want to have most of the time And then if you put it in sports mode, this car turns into a beast. You can't adjust the height of it. It's going to go at the lowest setting and it's going to shift as aggressively as possible. So I'm going to show you guys that in a bit. This car also does off-road. You can put traction control off over here. It's got descent control as well. Surprisingly, it doesn't have an off-road mode right here for you to switch to, unlike some other SUVs that I've seen. Now the whole interior over here gets carbon fiber, right from this bit to this bit to this bit over here. Carbon fiber inserts over here, all across the door. It's completely carbon fiber. Also, these seats are some of the most customizable seats that I've ever seen. Let me show you guys how many different ways you can customize this chair. So you've got these controls over here. You got this control for massage. These are your typical controls, but you can also change the bolster settings, the lower bolster settings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buttons just to customize your seat. Now the back seat of the Bentayga is nothing too special. The seats are adjustable, but it's manual. I think in the higher variant they'd probably be automatic, but in the car that we have today, they are manual. Can adjust them front and back a little bit, but again, that's manual. In this car, the center console, it just has some cup holders in it. Now, as you would imagine, the quality of the interiors of this car is absolutely top notch. Everything you touch feels extremely nice. Now, even this leather feels super soft. And overall, the build quality of this is top notch. These seats are cooled and heated though, and surprisingly, there's no screen over here, but you do have this port to like do that. Guys, one interesting thing in the back seat over here is this little remote control that you have. You can control it right from here, or you can press this eject button over here and it'll automatically pop out and hand itself to you, so you can actually take it out. It's a wireless unit, and this allows you to do cool stuff like customize your seat cooling, your climate control, your entertainment, or if you had the optional screens that you have over here, you'd be able to control the settings for that from here as well. So that's a pretty nifty feature, and then you just kind of pop it back in place and it sucks itself in, and that's so cool. So as I said, this is not the top variant of the Bentley. This is like the mid-range version. You get a V6, you get a V8, this is the V8, and you get a W12, which we don't have. That's the most powerful one. But guys, I've been driving this all day and it is so nice to drive. So let's go have a look at what the driving experience of the Bentayga is like. Alright guys, now the best part of this car is the driving experience. So let me show you what this car can do. We're gonna put it into sports mode. You gotta press this Bentley button in order to change the gears. Whoa! That is insane, guys. Oh my god, it is quick. It is so fast. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that you can get these kind of speeds in a SUV. Now, I haven't driven the Urus, but this is by far the most powerful SUV that I've ever driven. I mean, it definitely feels quicker than a GTS, Porsche Cayenne, which I have driven. That's probably the fastest SUV that I've ever driven. But this definitely feels much quicker than that. And man, you just put your foot down, and the sound that you get out of this engine, I think this feels slightly faster, maybe even more than my BMW 6 Series, mostly because of the size of this vehicle. You don't expect something this big to be quite this quick, and in the corners you definitely feel planted. I mean, you can take corners. I just took that corner at about 90 kilometers per hour. It's just such a beautiful car to drive. I don't know how to explain it. Now, I think there's only pretty much one car that can give this car any kind of competition, and that's the Lamborghini Urus. And if you guys want to see a video with the Lamborghini Urus as well, let me know. I'll try to make that happen. We don't have Urus on ijarcar.com as yet, but we're expecting one to come really soon. Man, those gear changes as well, like you absolutely feel it in your gut. Doing about 130, 140 kilometers per hour. And even handling wise at high speeds, I mean, there's barely any body roll in this thing considering its size. I mean, it really doesn't drive like an SUV, which is probably one of the best features about it. And you do get the convenience of an SUV, and I would say very much the performance of a sports car. When you have four-wheel drive in a car like this, it really gives you a lot more confidence on the road because you won't drift. Now, if that's something you want, you could put the traction control off on this thing, and I wouldn't advise it just because of the sheer amount of power that this car has. I can't imagine what the W12 must feel like on this, because this has so much power. Now, if I were to be going for this car, I'd probably upgrade the back seat with the screens. But apart from that, I think this is one of the best SUVs that I've ever driven in my life. Even better than the Cullinan, I think. And it's just so much fun to drive it. It's a really, really fun car to drive. And even the brakes on this thing are absolutely monster brakes. It just gives you so much confidence driving this car. Alright guys, that's it for the video with the Bently Bentayga. Absolutely love this car. It was so much fun to drive. Probably one of my favorite SUVs to drive so far. If you like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.